work you through this PowerPoint presentation. DDIN is a network of not only Danish development researchers, but also quite a lot of international development researchers who has been part of Danish development research projects. It's financed by the Danish Development Assistance, the LIDA, and it's hosted by Copenhagen University. They have set up a few goals, and what they started out wanting was to address needs and problems in developing countries. And they were originally created because Danish development researchers felt a heartfelt need for a forum to discuss practical problems, political problems, academic problems when they were doing development research, both at home in Denmark, but also when they were on field work or were working on practical projects in third world countries. And DDIN, as I have to say, covers all of development countries, so it's not just Asia, but it is all the development countries. Part of what they strive to do is to promote, and this is a production and dissemination of research projects in all different kinds of forms. It's not just articles and chapter and books, but they also work very hard on making research data available in one or another form. They try to set up collaboration and have this north-south, but also south-south information and networks. This is part of what they try to do. They are organized in small groups that meet on a regular basis, but they also work quite a lot on the internet using social media for researchers to stay in touch and discuss. As you can see, they have quite a lot of members, 2,200, and it's definitely more than we have of Danish development researchers. But they have been a great effort to include also third world researchers in this network, and they heartily welcome everybody who wants to be part of the network. It's free to sign up, and it's free to be part of the different groups. And what you get is an enormous amount of information. They also are a very active part of the movement for open access. In academic publication, they promote the use of open software and try in this way to make sure that the produced information from all these different research networks and research programs is accessible. So what you get as a member is access to a huge amount of academic reports, working papers, copy of articles, copy of books, booklets that are available to the website. They also try to convince different governments and also the Danish government that creating access to research is incredibly important for all kinds of development issues. They have this thematic coverage and focus that focuses on primarily the issues that are part of the Danish agenda with environment, agriculture, governance, and economic development. And they have undergroups that focus on food security, climate change, and research communication. But they, of course, also flexible. If somebody has a new theme, a new issue, it's possible to set up different groups. But a lot of things that's going on is matching the Danish development issues, the kind of thematic sector programs that are supported by the UN, and therefore covers a lot of research. One of the new initiatives I promised just to say is that we will, in a few months, be able to launch a new portal on Danish-supported research outcome, meaning that we are in the process of, and I say we because NIAS is a major part in this, that we are collecting all the research outcome from the NIDA-funded projects. And we have especially put an effort in selecting research data, as data has become more and more important for research. As I said, regions and countries, We have members from all regions and countries that in a way is development countries. The group has a strongly overrepresentation of researchers with an interest in Africa, but it primarily stems from the fact that Danida has an overweight of African interest and projects, and only have a few research countries in Asia. Bangladesh is one of the remaining program countries in Asia. Nepal and Vietnam is the two others. In Africa we have 10 different countries, so there's maybe understandable overweight of African interest. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't eventually sign off and become a member, because, as I said, Bangladesh is actually one of the program countries still. What they do have to offer members, of course, it's one of the most important things is that you have access to colleagues, that you can, through this different kind of networks, access knowledge and information from colleagues. It's possible to discuss through the website, and as stated here, is an entry point to Danish resource bases, also allowing you to access academic resources that are stored at the website. It's possible, at least for the next couple of months, we are not quite sure how the future looks. Danida has announced that they will withdraw part of the funding of the network, but until now it's possible to apply for, like we did for this project, this seminar, for support to just different kinds of seminars, primarily with the aim on research dissemination. But the DIA has also possibilities to support meetings in the different groups. So it's still, at least for the next 6 months, it's possible to send applications for training courses, meetings in all the countries that are part of the developing countries. Just to look at the website, which is actually a very interesting place. Doesn't look much, but when you start working your way through it, you will find really an incredible lot of useful information here. There's all the network activities, information on all the working groups and all the members with access possibilities. You can set up your own profile, allowing you to make yourself visible, known to colleagues, and possibility to be invited into some of these networks, invited to conferences and meetings in the region. There's thematic news that the network send out emails every week with information on upcoming events, but primarily with information on published articles, documents, and also where eventually to find data if it's been published. And I myself was quite surprised that actually there's such a huge amount of information that's being published every week. But there are lots of theses, articles, briefs, working papers that are considered of interest for this working group. And this is one of the key places where you can actually get that kind of information. A lot of this is open access, or it's just published and not part of a bigger publishing program or part of other websites. So it's just for this, it's worthwhile signing up and getting the information. They have a different newsletter that comes out, and even if you are a student or you have students, they have a student hangout where students in development studies can get together and talk and discuss and set up agreements for visits if one of the students go on a study trip. We have known that it's very important actually to get to know people in the area that you will be visiting, and maybe hosting a Danish student is one of the things that are really good here. I will not say a lot about the links collection because it's not that updated, and it was all I was supposed to say. Yeah. Marianne was really sorry that she wasn't able to attend, but she had other meetings in where they have a similar seminar like this actually. But as I said, if you're interested, send in an application and sign up for the information that are available on this site. And if the dog is arrived today, we will have another tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, later.